Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Subscribe if this is your first time. Welcome, hello. Subscribe, like, comment, share. If you have not checked out my Instagram, I am the Real Credit Princess. Go follow me, comment. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I would love to share videos over any questions or ideas that you guys may have. Today, I would like to discuss how having good credit saves you money. I'm going to talk about interest rates. I'll give you the Webster Dictionary. Interest rates is the amount of interest due per period as a proportion of the amount lent, deposited, or borrowed. And I'll go ahead and give you my definition of an interest rate. My definition of an interest rate is a surcharge you pay to borrow money. Go ahead and give you an example now. We're gonna buy so we're gonna talk about this car. For a while, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about this $22,000 car. 22,202 exact is the number. So for all of you guys can quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm doing my best. However, I'm a credit person and I understand if you have a 781, your interest rate is a 3.50, you'll spend $300 a month, you'll spend about $2,000 in interest. If you have a 600 credit score, you'll probably have a 12% APR variable and you'll spend $390 a month versus $300 a month. So let me back it up. Let's back it up a little bit. So let's say you walk into a dealership and you see a vehicle that you want to buy, and the vehicle is $22,202. You have very good credit, so you have over 750, 760. You have a 781 credit score. They give you a 3.5% APR variable. You pay $300 a month. Very reasonable for a $20,000 car loan. Now let's say you have a 661 to a 780. For some reason, that 1 point will give you a difference in a variable of interest rate. So now we're looking at a 4.50, which is still pretty decent. So now we're at a $317 car note. Well, if you would have had a 781 versus a 780, that would save you only $9 a month. Yearly, you'll save about $700 just by having that 1 point difference. So credit is definitely a major factor when you're considering purchasing and borrowing. Now, if you're a cash payer, you can go out and pay cash for everything, then obviously credit wouldn't mean anything to you. But for the ones that do want to finance vehicles and houses, obviously credit is definitely a factor. So now we're going to break it in. Now we're going to go into our 600 categories. A lot of people fall into the 600 category range. It's not bad credit. It's just not great credit. So let's say someone with a 600 credit score walks into a dealership and wants to buy that same $22,000 vehicle that the person with the 781 credit score walked in, right? Person A, person B. She has a 600, he has a 781. They're buying the same car, 22,202. Person A has 781. They're going to be paying 3.5% APR, and their car note will be 308. The person with the 600 credit score will be paying a 12% APR on their vehicle, and their car note will be $391. That is an $83 difference a month. Imagine what you can do every month with $83. That's a nail job, that is a meal, that is a flight somewhere, that you're basically just giving this $83 away. Because of your credit score. And in the end, you'll pay $6,000 a year in interest versus $656 in interest, all because of your credit score. It's not fair. It's unjust. It's not a way of life. It's just, that is just what happens every single day because people are not interested in boosting their credit score. They don't know or understand what credit is. All they know is I have a vehicle and I'm happy to have a vehicle, and you're thinking that they're doing you a favor, and they're not doing you a favor because all they're doing is taking your money. So why not be that person that have a 781 that pays a $308 car note versus the person that have the $600 credit score and pays $391 a month. That's a $83 difference. That's almost a $5,000 difference you pay in interest that you literally just put money into a shredder. Just because of your credit score. Let's move on to houses. Let's talk about a $300,000 house. How could a $300,000 home turn into a $500,000 home? Easy, because of a credit score. So do you know if you purchase a $300,000 home, your final payment would be about $414,000 if you had a 760 to an 850 credit score with a 2.4% interest rate. Very difficult to get unless you have that score. If you want to know how to get that score, comment, like, subscribe, ask me. I can show you. I can definitely teach you guys how to raise your credit score without spending any money. That is my job. That's what I was placed on earth to do. So we have a 760 to an 850 credit score. We're buying a $300,000 home. In the end, a 30-year fixed interest rate, we're going to spend $414,000 for the $300,000 house. So we're only going to pay $114,000 in interest, which is not bad because we have good credit. We have a 2.5% interest rate. Now let's say the person that have the 620, the 639. 600 is a decent score. Again, we talked about that while we were purchasing our vehicle. However, 600 is not really respected when it comes to interest rates and APR. Same mortgage, same numbers, same mortgage, same numbers. However, one person is going to pay $1,081 a month for their mortgage versus the person that pays $1,320. A month for their mortgage because they had a 600 credit score and they were given a 4% interest rate. So the person that have the 600 credit score, they're going to pay $500,000 for the $300,000 loan versus the person that had the 760 credit score will pay $400,000. So they save $100,000 just by having good credit. What could you do with $100,000? Just think to yourself, why do I want to pay a bank and I could pay myself? So the rule of thumb is, let's always think of interest rate as a trash can, as a disposal. Every time that you pay interest to a credit card, to a bank, for a vehicle or a mortgage, just know that that is money that you're shredding. And it cannot be accounted for. It's pretty much like a gift to the company for letting you borrow their money. So in order to get the things that you want and still borrow money, you have to have that good credit score.